Alright you guys, I'm going to do a video response here for Brian on his why are so many DJs broke. It's a very good question, and I think that a lot of what he said is very true. I'm going to run down the list, and this is just what I see over here in the DJs in my area here in Northern California. There's one, probably about 3 or 4 actually DJs that I know that the first thing they do when they become a DJ, they go and they spend, you know, $1,000, $2,000 on an okay system. But then they go and they buy a brand new lifted truck and, you know, huge trailer and all this other stuff that they don't need, because that doesn't make the DJ any better. So they have all this fancy looking truck as they come pulling up to a gig, and they don't need that. They absolutely don't need that. I've been driving the same car for the past 7 years I've owned it now. So 7 years I've been driving the same one. Only thing I've done was spend $1,000 on another little trailer, because you know, over time you buy more equipment. So I have that. Another thing is the equipment. You know, just like and if I pronounce his name wrong, I'm sorry. It says Black Riot. You know, he said, you know, people are always going out buying the newest and hottest equipment. You don't need the newest and hottest equipment. You don't. It'd be nice to have it all, but you don't need it, because that again is not what makes the DJ. The DJ is the life of the party. If you're not entertaining, if you're not there for everybody, there's absolutely no reason for you to have all this nice expensive equipment when it ain't gonna do you no good. So and then another thing he said too is working together. You know, you have to work with the other DJs. I have so many gigs that I get because of other DJs. You know, we have nothing to prove to each other, dude. We're all out to make a living, and that's totally cool. But we all work together. If he has somebody has an extra gig, he'll kick it my way. You know, I do the same thing for them. It's just what goes around comes around, you know. And you know, there's a couple other DJs out there in my area, you know, that they think that they're better than me, and you know, and they might be. I mean, that's totally cool, you know. But it's not about that. You know, we got to work together. So we work together. And then another thing too, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that goes for, you know, your lighting, your equipment, stuff like that. You know, kind of what I was mentioning. You don't need all the most expensive equipment. You know, I have, you know, nice speakers. I have nice equipment. You know, and you know, I'm not the best DJ in the world, but I do a pretty good job at it, and I do this full time. And I started out working 2 jobs. I was working full time as a mechanic, and then, believe it or not, I was DJing on the weekends. And I actually had to start buying rubber gloves at work because I couldn't show up to a wedding with greasy hands. So I was actually buying rubber gloves, working on cars all week long with rubber gloves on, so I could have nice clean hands. You know, there's the little things like that that, you know, you showed up to a gig and you're out there with greasy hands, it doesn't look too professional. So, you know, it's just the little things, you know. I started promoting myself, and then after time it does, you know, catch up. So the more gigs you do, you know, more people start to hear about you, and if you do a good job, you're gonna make it. And that's how you get where you're booked, you know, every single weekend, you know, Saturdays and Sundays, and before you know it, you'll do some stuff during the week, and there'll be a small car show in one of the local towns or something like that. You'll be there at the car show during the week, you know, working on a Wednesday and a Thursday, you know, working 3 or 4 days a week and making enough, you know, on what you want to do to support your family and pay your mortgage and stuff like that. But, you know, again, it goes back to just how you manage your money, for one, you know, and what you do about promoting yourself and stuff like that. You actually have to try a little. You know, you can't just expect the work to come to you. I mean, shoot, when I go to a wedding show, I have to drop $500 for my booth. You know, I drop $500 for a booth to go stand in, and I have to sell myself to the brides as they come walking up. You know, so I mean, it's just one of those things. You have to do it. You have to buy equipment. You have to do, you know, this. You have to do that. You have to, you know, keep your equipment looking nice. You know, if you drop your speaker and scratch your grill, replace it or fix it or do something. Don't take, you know, your equipment to a gig looking just shoddy. You know, I have a set of EVs that have carpet on it, and sometimes you'll take it to a gig and you'll sit on the ground and it ends up with grass all over it, you know, on an outside gig. So your next gig, don't leave the grass on it. Go to the dollar store, buy some tape, and start taking all the grass off. You know, it takes you 5 minutes, you know, just the little things like that, you know. So it's just, you know, a little bit, and you know, eventually it all pays for itself in the end. But, you know, like Brian, you know, I've been through rough times, and you're going to go through rough times. You know, you're going to have your car break down on you and stuff like that. But, you know, you'll get through it. If you just keep trying and budgeting and doing, you know, a little bit at a time, you'll do fine. You'll succeed. So, but I just thought I would throw that out there for all of you guys, because, you know, I've been there, and sometimes it seems like you're not going to go any farther, and sure enough, something comes through and you're just like, wow, didn't see that coming. So again, I made this for a response for Brian there on the broke DJ situation. So just keep on practicing, you guys, and seriously, enjoy it. Thank you.